Kathy Pecora with Atlanta Area Property Management. Who should handle lawn care? Well, lawn care is one of those curb appeal things that you always want to make sure your home looks good, especially if you're in an HOA community. Well, generally we make the tenant handle lawn care unless they are in a shared lawn situation, a duplex, an apartment complex. Then the owners need to take care of that. You don't want to have boundary issues. So what should the lawn care be? We have a separate document that outlines the specific care instructions for a lawn. For example, how often you need to mow the lawn. What about mulch? What about the bushes? Trimming along the sidewalks. So it outlines everything that you require. And if you're in an HOA, we also specify that they need to meet the HOA requirements. We also specify in the document that if there are any code violations, they are not only going to have to correct it, but they're going to pay any fines that come up as well. So a problem that we generally have are with the bushes. Well, we require the tenant to go ahead and do the bushes to manage those, keep them down, but we will go in annually and just do a major cut on the bushes. Tenants have a tendency to kind of cut the top, and it grows and it grows and it keeps growing bigger and bigger, and then before you know it, it's over the window. So we'll come in usually about the November, December timeframe, just come in and whack them down. That's the best way. And then in the springtime, they do recover. And then mulch, that's the last thing. The way we turn a lawn over to a tenant is the way we expect it back. So if there's mulch in the beds, they have to maintain that, and generally 2 to 3 times a year. If there's mulch, pine straw, whatever it might be. So the way you turn your property over to the tenant on the day they move in, that's how you expect them to manage it for the rest of the year. A couple more things I forgot about, especially if you're in an HOA community: weed control. HOAs do not want to see one single weed growing in your yard, so we have to include that in our lawn document as well. Make sure that the tenant knows if they're moving into that house, they will be responsible for weed control. Either they do it themselves or they hire a company like Terminex or Green Masters, whatever. Also, what about watering? We specify that they've got to keep the lawn green. If we do a drive-by and it looks like the lawn has not been watered, we will get out, turn the water on, and let the tenant know they're going to have to turn it off. So we'll make sure that that lawn continues. And then lastly, what about reseeding? Well, reseeding is generally not something that we require the tenant to handle. That would be something that we expect the owner to do. So an annual reseeding could be about $400 or $500 easy. So that would be a care option that the owner would take care of. So that's how we handle lawn care.